the web of life. Did you know that you are wrapped up in a web? This web is called fascia. It's the connective tissue that wraps around every muscle, every organ, every nerve, every muscle, like we said, and every blood vessel. To see an example of it, we could take a look at a muscle fiber. It's surrounded with fascia. Put a few muscle fibers together, you make a bundle, and the bundle is surrounded with fascia. So each fiber can move independently, but yet still be attached to the bundle. And then the bundle can move independently, yet still be attached to the rest of the muscle. And so we have this connective tissue, this web that connects everything together. And perhaps you've seen something similar when you open up an orange and you have those different sections, and then you peel back that connective tissue, and then you see even smaller sections. And then you take each one of those and even smaller sections. So this amazing pattern of this connective tissue that holds everything together. When you smile, the muscles in your face move. Well, guess what? Your skin moves along with it in order to show that smile. And that's that connective tissue between the muscle and the skin holding everything together. So that's your fascia in action. You can think of it like saran wrap, but yet this is alive. Throughout history, fascia was seen insignificant. It was just the packaging. And so what do when you get a package? Well, you open up the box, you take it out, and you cut away the packaging, and you take what you really think is important. And you see, that's what doctors and researchers had been doing for years when they did their dissections and their autopsies. They would cut away and they'd throw out the fascia, just looking at the organs or the muscle, whatever they thought was important. But what they've realized recently is that the fascia is anything but insignificant. The fascia is an amazing web of life. Your fascia is continuous. From the top of your head all the way down to your toe, everything is connected. It's intelligent. It's responsive and adaptive. It's highly hydrated because it's made up of mostly water in a gel-like state. And it's dynamic, meaning it has activity and movement. It can change with different posture, stress, and even your emotions. Your fascia can tighten up, though. It can become thickened. It can dry out. It can lose its elastic ability based on how we live or bad habits that we may have. For example, if you sit a lot, you can just imagine the fascia in the front of your body can become tight, short, stiff. And I'm sure we've done this a few times in our life where we've gotten up after we've been sitting for a while, and it just takes a time to get things going, to get things loosened up. Perhaps that was your fascia. It had become dehydrated and tight due to not moving it for a period of time. You see, healthy fascia is elastic. It's fluid, it's adaptable, but restricted fascia becomes stiff and dense and congested. And that's where you can have pain and discomfort and a lot of other problems. But you see, fascia does more than just hold things together and allows for these smooth movements among each other. It also acts as a communication network. Some researchers will compare fascia to fiber optics, a system designed to transmit information quickly and efficiently, right? So fascia doesn't just hold us together, but instead it helps the body to communicate the top of your head all the way down to your toes. Your fascia contains pain receptors, pressure receptors, stretch receptors, and the automatic nerve fibers. And so here's a little interesting side note. Perhaps you've heard of fibromyalgia. You see, that's a diagnosis that's been given to millions and millions of us. One way to diagnose fibromyalgia is having these tender points on your body. Now, interesting when you look at the anatomy, because these same areas are very rich in fascial tissue kind of like the seams where different pieces of fascia may be coming together. And so this makes some researchers wonder if perhaps fascia is involved in this disease process. Can you imagine if you were wearing a sweater that had shrunk in the dryer? I mean, everything feels tight. Your shoulders are tight, the arms are tight, back is tight. And now imagine if your sweater also has thousands of tiny little sensors woven into it. And as it tightened, those sensors are constantly sending signals to your brain saying something's wrong, something's pulling, something's tight, something's painful. The researchers are exploring whether the fascia in your fibromyalgia can behave somewhat like that, creating this widespread tension and increasing signaling, causing the pain. And so therefore the nervous system is overstimulated, which causes your fascia to now tighten up further, which causes more nerve stimulation, which causes, well, yes, and you wonder why millions of people are suffering with this problem. And now you can see why having healthy, active fascia is extremely important for your daily happiness. It needs to be elastic, fluid, and adaptable. And if not, it gets congested, stiff, and dense. And when it's congested, well, that's when your circulation suffers. See, the fascia, it's living tissue. It needs movement, hydration, oxygen, nutrients, and it needs healthy circulation. And if the fascia is restricted, then the circulation struggles to reach those smallest little areas. And without healthy circulation, your body's ability to repair itself, to regenerate itself, is very limited. See, your body's always trying to heal, but it needs the right environment. And when you look at this picture behind me, if your fascia is that web, your whole environment, then having healthy fascia is what's really important for your body to heal. So what are some things that you can do in order to improve your fascia? Well, number one, is to do gentle movements done regularly throughout the day. And what do I mean by that? Well, just simply going for a walk. And the more that you walk, you can see you're going to be moving every part of your body, just pulling on that wonderful web, keeping things moving beautifully. Take some time to stretch, whether it's just your arms over your head. Oh, stretching out is going to help to slip and slide this fascia and keep things moving. Rhythmic movements, especially crossing the midline of your body, right, is going to be working your opposite, your right arm to your left leg. We're going to be just taking this whole web and just keep things moving, keeping it hydrated, keeping it supple like it needs to be. So doing it throughout the day, just nice and gentle movements. If you find that, wow, I've been sitting for a while, go ahead and just do some simple movements to keep things moving. Another thing, number two, myofascial release. There are some massage therapists who are trained to do this amazingly, and they find that it can help to decrease their patients' pain. It can help their sleep quality, help their quality of life, and even decrease anxiety. And you know, I've worked on somebody in the past, and as I'm just working very gently, working on different layers, all of a sudden they start crying and they're apologizing for crying. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm crying, they're saying. But some studies have indicated that the body can store events or at least chemicals that your body makes during a traumatic event. And just imagine if it's stored in these little web-like areas and you start moving them and opening them up, those chemicals are released, you know, how that can really help somebody to deal with traumatic events that they might have had in the past. Number three, another important thing that's necessary is good hydration. And we talk about that many times on here, how it's important to have some kind of mineral, a natural salt. Just take one or two little grains of it, put it in your mouth. Whether you suck on it, that it melts, or crunch it with your teeth, it goes right into those mucous membranes, absorbs into your body. Drink your water. And now you find that the water is going to go into your cells and hydrate you rather than just drinking water and having it come out to your kidneys, right? So making sure that you have that electrolyte to go along with your water and hydrate yourself as the day goes on. Having good sleep is always important because remember, it's while you're sleeping that your body heals itself. So that fascial remodeling, setting up these little webs are very, very important. And that happens while a person is sleeping. You know, I enjoy 8 minutes laying on my beamer as a time that I know that I'm supporting the microcirculation, that rhythmic movement of fluids through my body, through this whole entire area, including the fascia, so that they can soften, they can rehydrate, right? They can function better. Just taking that deep breath in, holding it, exhaling, allowing that signal just to keep things flowing through the body the way it needs to. So instead of forcing my body to change, I'm just supporting the natural intelligence that's found inside. Because when your circulation improves and the communication improves, and when that improves, your body remembers how to heal itself. So what I wish for all of you today is to hydrate, gently move, and spend 8 minutes. And while you're on the beamer, you might not feel like anything is happening, but know that on a microscopic level, it is working to keep you strong and having a better quality of life as rhythmically fluids are moving through even these little nooks and crannies that make up this web of life.